Broca's area lesion. Now, Broca's area is area number 44, 45. That is, pars orbicularis, pars triangularis. Now, this, is functional on the dominant cerebral hemisphere. That is on the left cerebral hemisphere. And that was causing for the expression of speech. Now, if it is hampered, if it is there's a lesion on the left temporal hemisphere, left hemisphere, onto this superior temporal gyrus, this inferior frontal gyrus, where it's located on the inferior frontal gyrus. So what will happen that if it's on the dominant side, that is left side, this person will have inability to express what he wants to say. Right? That is called as expressive aphasia. Right? Expressive aphasia means he is well of comprehension, he is good of understanding to the visual and auditory commands. If you ask him what is your name, he will understand what you are asking him. That's an auditory command. If you give a performer or a paper on which it's like, printed, you have to filling up a form for a certain exam, you have to fill up all like name, address, location, age, height, sex, on whatever. So that is a visual command now, right? So that means he is able to understand with the help of visual or auditory stimulus. That is comprehension of language. That is being controlled by Wernicke's area. But when asked to give a response, then he is not able to give the clear response because of his lesion of Broca's area. And this is an expressive aphasia. So this person will, of course, be hesitant to speak. And because he knows that he has this problem, so he will be hesitant, and speech also will be distorted. But the last point, remember, relatively he has a good comprehension. Comprehension is like understanding of whatever is being asked, or whatever has been asked in form of auditory or a visual stimulus. Okay. Lesion of involving Wernicke's area. Wernicke's area is, actually is again a big area. I mean, it's an area which includes few adjoining areas. Let me tell you now about Wernicke's, although it will be taught in your sensory cortex. It's like, a part of the, the superior temporal gyrus, and extending onto the inferior parietal lobule. There is, supraangular gyrus and supramarginal and angular gyrus, where you have area number 39 and 40 also. So this is speech, this is language learning area, right? So language learning area, that's why it's called sensory, because yahan pe what you learn is either through visual stimulus or through auditory command. Your primary schools mein ABCD सिखाते हैं, वो कभी images से भी सिखाते हैं, or they give you commands also, auditory commands, and objects दिखा के, like if they show you an apple, they'll ask what is this fruit called. So that means visual stimulus से भी उस पे learning हो रही है ना. With the course of learning, you gradually develop these skills, and what has been asked, and it all gets saved in your memory. So visual and auditory stimulus. Anyways, so if this, what I'm telling is, Wernicke's is the sensory speech area, okay, and Broca's is motor speech area. So if both are lesioned here, like lesion involving Wernicke's and Broca's, so what will happen now? Now there will be receptive aphasia. He is not able to comprehend what you are asking. He is not able to understand what you are asking. And because of that, of course, Broca's area bhi hai. So he will not be able to, even after giving repetitive commands, the questioning by the examiner, repeated questioning of the examiner, he will not be able to express out what is being asked. So the speech will be completely disorganized, disoriented speech, and it will be meaningless. Okay, that is receptive aphasia if both these are under lesion. receptive aphasia. Now lesion of Wernicke's, if like if now Broca's is normal, like Broca's is normal, and if Wernicke's is under lesion, that is sensory motor area is under lesion, and this Broca's area is working fine, which is on the frontal cortex, Broca's. So there is like a association areas, because both of them are on the same temporal cerebral hemisphere. Let's say on the left side, Broca's is dominant on the left side. So on the left side, Wernicke's and Broca's, both of them will be connected by association fibers, right, on the same cerebral hemispheres. So the white bundle of white fibers which connects this Wernicke's to Broca's, and that's called arcuate fasciculus, and so also called superior longitudinal fasciculus. It is a bigger tract. It communicates the occipital and this parietal lobes to the temporal lobes and to the frontal lobes. So it's an arc running on the a band of fibers, association fibers running on the supralateral surface. So through that arcuate fibers, it's Wernicke's connected to Broca's. So if what happens is either the lesion of Broca's area, sensory speech area, including superior longitudinal fasciculus or arcuate fasciculus, what will happen? He will not understand. यहाँ पे क्या हो गया है? यहाँ पे इसमें sensory speech area is damaged. Means he is not able to understand what is being asked. If you are asking him, he will of course, because Broca's is fine, so his speech will be very good and he will speak everything fine. His words, his pronunciations will be correct, a fluent speech, but that will be a meaningless speech, means unintelligent speech, incomprehensive speech, right? So this type of speech is called jargon aphasia. पूछा जा रहा है, in short इसको समझ लो, पूछा जा रहा है, कुछ जवाब दे रहे हैं, कुछ. Got it now? क्योंकि उसको he is not able to understand what I am saying. And similarly, now when he is giving answers, he is giving repeated, a clear cut with full voice, with full, pronunciation, everything is normal because Broca's is fine. But he is not able to comprehend what is being asked. So whatever he is saying, the examiner is not able to comprehend. So it becomes an unintelligent speech. And this is called jargon aphasia.